Welcome to Yin Yoga Lifestyle. I am your host, Colette Darville, cultivating our body's resilience and inner silence and its application to all aspects of your life. Let's become enlightened and enjoy the power of intuitiveness and creativity. You are listening to Society Bites Radio, social interaction for the mind and soul. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I am your host, Colette Darville, and this is Yin Yoga Lifestyle. So now let us take a deep, meditative breath. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Javier Wilensky was born and raised in Argentina and holds his BA in Business Administration. Javier is the owner of Omahaye Wellness Center in Hallandale, Florida. Javier's passion for Iyengar yoga started in 2002 when he sought ways to reduce stress and increase concentration. Now he's able to focus his classes and private sessions to increase energy, induce sleep, repair injuries, or alleviate minor ailments. Javier is constantly evolving his craft to include the methods of all his teachers. He has been traveling to India to study with Gita and Prashant Iyengar, who carry on BKS Iyengar's legacy. He participates closely with Lois Steinberg and Colleen Gallagher. He has studied several times with Rebecca and Dean Lerner, Marina Chaselon, and Faik Beria on workshops and teacher training programs. Javier's goal is to heal the bodies, expand the hearts, and balance the minds of his students. Through both humor and discipline, he inspires his students to stretch beyond their comfort zone to realign their bodies, relieve stress and pain, and move towards happiness. Ultimately, Javier finds that through Iyengar yoga, the practitioner is able to find satisfaction and contentment. Javier has taught at several large events, including Yoga Journal and Yoga Fest. Javier is deeply experienced and committed to the practice of Iyengar yoga. He teaches more than 10 classes per week and has taught thousands of students. Javier's personal practice has led him to find gratefulness and bliss through bodily awareness, and he strives to share the gift with the world. Welcome to Yin Yoga Lifestyle, Javier.
Thank you, Colette. Thank you so much.
It's been a long time since I saw you. So,
yes.
But you sound the same.
I hope so.
Yes, you sound the same.
Maybe yoga worked.
I think it did. It must have worked. Now, Javier, you are the owner and founding member of Omahaye. Now, and that is a wellness and fitness center. What was the inspiration behind this wonderful center's creation?
Well, I'm not the only owner. It's my family. It's family owned, and all of us share a healing experience through wellness. So the inspiration is to share that journey that we went through on finding ourselves and getting healthier. That means, for example, my mom was a business owner, and it still is, but in a different way now. And so she lived a very stressful life and very busy life. And that led her to a lot of back pain, sciatica pain, till the point that the doctors would say, we will have to operate you right now. And she said, no way.
Yeah.
And when we moved to Miami, she started to do yoga and experiencing wellness. And at the same time, I started yoga, and I started feeling in love with yoga. And, my issue with concentration and even drugs and so on, it little by little disappeared through yoga. So the inspiration behind Omahaye is actually share these healing powers of so many different techniques. We offer many disciplines here, not only Iyengar yoga. We offer Kundalini, we offer Zumba, we offer acupuncture, Ayurvedic medicine, and so on. It's always a whole 360 experience to meet everyone where they are at. So if you're not into yoga, then you can start with Zumba and maybe acupuncture and so on. So the idea is to offer something for everyone.
Yes, and that's really interesting, because you say that people can start somewhere else rather than at yoga, because there are many people out there who are a little bit, well, they may be apprehensive about doing yoga. So if they start with something they know, then they can graduate, right?
Well, that's exactly what is happening here. Many of my students did not know yoga at the beginning, and then through Zumba, they ended doing yoga, or through acupuncture, the acupuncturist told them, okay, you have to do yoga, and then you start here, and then they feel the passion. And we actually offer a community where you can actually, because most of the problems of disease is habit.
Right.
The habit is in the disease itself. So changing habits is one of the most important goals at Omehaye. So we offer also the space and the community to create the space for healing and changing habits.
Beautiful. Now I know that your mother inspired you to Iyengar yoga, but you could have done any type of yoga. So why did you choose Iyengar yoga as your area of yoga study? Because it's quite intense.
Why I choose Iyengar yoga? It's basically I went to an astrologist. That's the truth. I went to an astrologist, and she said to me, you should start yoga, and you should start with this teacher. So I actually heard her, because my mom was telling me, you should do yoga, but it's my mom. So yeah. I would not hear to her. So I went to an astrology, and I hear the astrologist, and then I ended up in an Iyengar yoga teacher without even knowing that it was Iyengar yoga. I fall in love with that kind of yoga. It actually blew my mind.
Yeah.
And because I experienced this, everyone that have done yoga had experienced this extreme bliss and this energy going through the body and this well-being overall. And it actually helped me a lot. And when I started trying other yogas, I said, this is not what I need. At least for me, I'm very respectful with every kind of yoga, because actually I think all the yogas, if there is a commitment and an awareness, work tremendously. And the alignment in yoga and the awareness that Iyengar yoga demands, and the concentration that it demands, and the need of being in the present moment at that point, that's what I fall in love with.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Iyengar yoga is one of the more demanding styles of yoga, and the teachers, you don't automatically become a teacher. You have to study for years. Is that correct?
That's correct. There's a whole process of studying. And the good thing about this is not only a 200 hours teacher training, is a mentoring process. So the one-on-one that the yoga demands is happening in Iyengar yoga.
Yeah,
yoga is one-to-one originally, and that one-to-one right now is kind of lost with all this teacher training. But right. In a way, in Iyengar yoga, it's being kept through the mentoring program.
Very pure.
Because we have mentors.
Yeah, very
pure. It's a very pure subject. Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
But as an Iyengar teacher, what does it mean to awaken the body's intelligence? Could you describe that?
Yes, to awaken is even more deep than it seems. we are familiar with the prana concept. Prana is the vital energy, correct?
Yes.
So where there is intelligence, there is prana.
Right.
Where there is prana, there is intelligence.
Mm.
So what it means is that through intelligence and awareness, because first you have to have awareness to create the space for intelligence. Let's say I realize that my right pinky toe cannot be moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's awareness. So I'm creating the space for intelligence to reach that pinky toe. And what it means is that from that intelligence, I bring in vitality through the whole body. And what is vitality? In which ways circulates vitality through the body? Through the nervous system in electrical stimulus, yes, but also through circulation, right? The blood is a way of prana, is a way of energy. So what we want is to bring intelligence through the whole body, not because the intelligence itself, but because the vital energy that comes with the intelligence, right?
Beautiful.
It's permeating with life the whole body.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That's basically, and sometimes we think that it's about instructions. And okay, now you have to move the arm this way. Yes, at the beginning is that, but then when you start getting more advanced, those instructions brings a whole complete feeling of sensitivity that actually connects in a way with the infinite, because at the end you're listening to you. You're not listening to instructions, and that's the importance. That's where many times everything gets lost, where people doesn't go within to actually listen and find nuances.
Yes, absolutely. And that takes a very special teacher to be able to inspire that in students, I think. That's why Iyengar teachers have to study for so long, I think.
Yes, exactly. I think it's a learned journey, and at the beginning is kind of frightening, but indeed is not so. And even though it's strict, there is a lot of infinite in it. So some people might think because there is too very disciplined and very strict, there's too many limitations. But the truth is that it's one of the only methods that has an infinite possibilities within the pose and within the sequencing of the practice. So
there is so much. That's why there's so much involved in Iyengar and in the practice of it. It's almost, to me, it aligns to a certain degree with Kundalini, because Kundalini, it's so much practicing that goes on with that. And as opposed to just sort of, I'm going to a regular yoga class, and that alignment and that connection with yourself and with your teacher as well, as a student, I think is very profound. There was a great article in the New York Times several years ago that described how BKS Iyengar went when he was in India, would help support his students' postures by using rocks or cinder blocks, right? And I don't know if they still do it. If they still do that.
they don't use rocks, but they call the blocks, they call them bricks.
That's
because
right. They
actually,
call them bricks.
he was using actually bricks.
Bricks.
He was construction bricks.
I thought rocks were a bit hard.
But
right?
And the story,
Yeah. He well the other thing was that that at that point, the Western world decided the yoga block was born. My question to you is,